Hey guys, this is Fishy and welcome to this Elden Ring Magic Run. We are going to start off with the Astrologer class and the lands between rune, which gives us a few more intelligence levels. The first thing we'll do is get the magic tier from this Earth Tree avatar that is located right here, as you can see, and we are going to get a big boost to our magic damage with this particular tier. We could have also got the meteorite staff at this point to make this fight a little bit easier, a little bit shorter, but I just went for it, so let's see how this goes. So once this guy is dealt with, we're going to get some runes as well as all important magic tier which we'll be going with throughout this whole run. Now heading on into Kaled, we'll grab the meteorite staff which has S tier scaling with intelligence, and it fits perfectly into our build as a early game, mid game staff, and we'll be using that initially and then we'll switch on over to a better staff. So let's just quickly grab that. So after killing some of these flowers, you can only actually reach it from the inside. That's why you're supposed to kill all of these flowers, and then you can just go ahead and grab this meteorite stuff right here. Well, with that we are pretty much done with our initial setup and we'll start fighting some bosses. And at this point you also want to go to Selen and get some spells from her after giving her the Royal House Scroll, which is also located near to where she is, and she'll give you some pretty cool spells like the Carrion Slicer, which we'll also be using quite a bit. With that done, we'll head over to Margit, which is the first kind of boss, and we're going to just use the standard spells. You can use any of the spells that you can see here. You'll get most of them from Selen. I think there's the rock spell, rock sling, which I got from a different place, not from Selen, but it's easily available in the initial part. So in Limgrave you can easily grab that. So with that, Margit is dealt with. You also saw I used the Loretta's Great Bow right there. I guess I killed her at this point, but I didn't really use anything else from that place. You can easily kill him with the other spells that you get from Selen. Now within Raya Lucari Academy, we head on over into this hidden door and grab the all important spell, which is the Comet. And now from here, from this hidden chamber, we'll also head on over up and grab an important talisman, which we'll also be using throughout this whole run. Right here is the Graven School talisman, which will increase our magic damage quite a bit. So lighting those sigils will unlock these doors, which will give us this important spell, Night Comet, which we'll also be using quite a bit throughout this run, especially to deal with NPCs. And with this last sigil, we'll unlock the boss duo area that I was talking about. So as you can see, we have a very bare bones setup. And with that, we'll head on inside and fight this boss duo. And now we have the main weapon or the main staff of this run, which is the Loux's Glintstone staff. And we'll be using this as our main staff throughout this run, all the way to the DLC. Now at this point I had already killed Radahn. That's not part of this video, but I have upgraded this particular staff a bit now. So as you can see, it's doing a lot of damage. And as you can also see, I'm using Terra Magica here, which I grabbed from the Academy cave, which is right below Raya Lucaria outside. And this gives us quite a lot of boost to our damage. As you can see, just melts through bosses. And I got the Comet Azur spell from Sorcerer Azur, who is located in Mount Gelmir, and it's a trek to him and he just gives that to you, so there's no fight involved in that. Now you also see I am completing Selen's quest line here, which is completed by siding with her and then killing Jaren. You need to first talk to Jaren in Redmane Castle, which is where we had the fight with the Misbegotten and the Knight. the duo. So now once you defeat Jaren, you can head back to Mount Gilmere. This is where we first got Comet Azur, and now you can grab Azur's set. This set actually gives a big boost to some of our main spells, which is Comet Azur and the Comet spell which we grabbed earlier. Now heading on over to Mogh. We are using all the buffs here. I also grabbed the Commander Standard for extra buff to the damage as well as the Jellyfish Shield. And well, that melts through Mogh quite easily. As you must have also seen, I am using the Cerulean Hidden Tier, which eliminates all FP consumption for around 10 seconds. So you drink the physic and immediately blast him with Comet Azur. Now we head on over to the Fire Giant. Since he has two phases, we'll use a different strategy here. So let's see how this goes. So after Fire Giant, we're going to head on over to Farum Azula, and I just killed this dragon on the way, just for fun, because why not? Didn't quite get the headshot there, but still that would be enough. And now we head on over to Godskin Duo. Let's see how this goes. So as you can see, we deal with the noble first, because I really don't want to deal with the rolling attack that he does. Very annoying. And then we just blast them with Comet. And that takes care of the Godskin Duo. And this is going to be a recurring theme in most of these bosses. You want to find out their positioning, find out the attack windows, and then just blast them with the spells that you have. If they are standing still for a while, you can use the Comet Azur to just melt them in one shot, or if they don't stand still like many of the bosses, they just dodge Comet Azur, then you need to use other spells. We have quite a lot of spells with us, so we have Comet, we have Night Comet. You can play around with them and see what fits best for a boss. Now we head on over to Placidusax, and we're kind of gonna do a hybrid stat here. So we're going to melt him for a while and then blast him with some of our spells. But this took some trial and error to find out the best positioning, when to attack him. So let's see how this goes. So with that, we head on over to Malekith, and on the way we just destroy this tree sentinel. And with Malekith, it's going to be again a mix of Comet Azur and Comet. He doesn't really dodge any of the spells, so we really don't need Night Comet here. And we don't use the Commander Standard buff here, since it will add on to our weight and we'll be dodge rolling a bit. And now we have Gideon in front of us, and this went pretty much as I expected it to go. And after listening to that long speech, we head on over to the Hoarah. So here we are again going to do a mixed strat because he has two phases. So here we go. And now we have the final boss of the base game. This fight is not that easy since you need to figure out a lot of things, you need to learn some of the attacks. So let's see how this goes. Well, that was better than most weapons that I have played with. So, with that done, we head on over to the all important DLC where we'll be fighting all of the bosses. So, here we go. So, in the DLC, all we're going to do is collect all of the Scadutree fragments that we can to begin with, and then just start fighting bosses. First thing we're going to do is fight this Hippo because he drops a Scadutree fragment. So that is our priority to begin with. We're going to fight bosses that give us Scadutree fragments. So let's see how this goes. Now we head on over to Gaius for again more Scadutree fragments, and that turned out to be quite a challenge because you simply can't hit him with anything when he's doing this charge attack. So I couldn't just Comet Azur him. Well, after learning that horrible attack, it's finally time to kill him. And now comes Messmer. Well, these DLC bosses are really hard, and it was kind of the same with Messmer. You really need to learn his attacks. So here we go. Well, that was still a pretty quick fight, I would say. And now we head on to Rellana. And continuing our theme for the bosses that you can't melt, she was pretty tough as well. So here we go. Well, I was pretty lucky to dodge those balls there. Now Romina went pretty much exactly as I thought it would go. Well, after that quick fight, we head on back in the DLC, and just to finish things off, we deal with the dancing lion as well. Now, well, for Malenia, I didn't really want to learn her attack where she does the waterfall, so I just went with a different approach. And I really did want to beam her as well, so that's what I went for, and let's see how this goes.
my loyal blade and champion of the festival.
No! God, please, no!
Now, the vow will be honored, and my lord brother's soul will return.
No! No! No!
And now we have promised Consort Radahn. And well, he is the toughest there is. So this took a lot of tries. And I mean a lot of tries. Well, so many tries. And well, after so many deaths, you're bound to get good, right? So let's see how this goes.
Woo! Damn!
Well, that was satisfying to say the least. And I had to go full lightweight on this one. So as you can see, no jellyfish shield, no commander standard. So completely lightweight. For our complete build, we have the Azure Glintstone crown for buffs to our Comet and Azure Comet. We have Ritual Sword Talisman, the Graven School Talisman, the Magic Scorpion Charm, and the Radagon icon. The Magic Scorpion Charm I got by completing the Celebes questline. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments which builds do you like to run, or which builds would you like me to run in the future. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you later.